Welcome to In the Weeds with Picky Weeds. Picky Weeds LLC is a metaphysical supply store nestled in the heart of Archbald, Pennsylvania. We pride ourselves on serving the entire spiritual community, regardless of tradition or faith.
Picky Weeds is located at 100 South Main Street, Archbald, PA 18403. We are open 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday from 12 to 7 p.m. You can reach us online at pickyweeds@gmail.com. That's PICKEYWEEDZ@gmail.com. Or you can find us online via Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, or Threads. Also, be sure to visit our website at pickyweeds.com. We ship nationwide and we offer pickup in store at checkout. We'd love to see you in person, so stop on by. Hope to see you soon. Now let's get in the weeds. Hi guys, welcome back. Season 4, episode 1. Oh my God, we're going into season 4. I feel like we just started bitching yesterday.
No.
Oh my God.
Bitching for 50 plus years.
Yeah, well, almost 60. I'll be 60 this year, so you got some catching up to do.
Yeah.
So guys, welcome to the new year. The fire horse ushers in February. It's okay. It's going to be all right. We're going to burn the whole thing down and start over. It's going to be fine. Pull up your big boy pants and your big girl panties and put on the boots. We got a lot of muck we got to rake through, so you're going to need really tall boots.
Jesus.
Okay? But I want to talk today about some things that I'm going through some stuff. So I know that when you're a practitioner, you think that you're supposed to be immune to a lot of the emotional stuff because you've gone through all the shadow work. And no, you're never done with the shadow work. It is never done. There's always just that next little trigger waiting around the corner for you. That it's going to sometimes it'll just lay you out. And that sucker will hit you so hard and lay you so low that you'll wonder if you'll ever see daylight again. And you're thinking, all this work I've done to be in control of my emotions and be disciplined and be a better person and a higher thinking individual. Yeah, well, life has a way of laughing at you.
Perverts.
Oh my God, perverts. That was funny. Did we tell them that story about being called perverts? Or first week we were open at the new spot?
Yeah, I don't know.
So we had a family come in with very much an elder lady who was just not having it. And they walked around and they weren't impolite. They walked around, they looked at everything. They were there for maybe 10, 15 minutes, just looking, and they get ready to go out, and you could see, John said, I didn't get to see it, but he said you could see the look, the shamefaced look of, oh my God, she's so mouthy on their faces.
Boobies.
Oh, boobies. There is a picture hanging right in the vestibule. And I don't remember, is that Witch's Sabbath? I can't remember which one that is. It's not Witch's Flight. That's hanging above the herbs there. But she saw that picture with the boobies.
Perverts.
Perverts. And I got to tell you, it made me so happy.
Jesus Christ.
Anybody else might have been offended, but for me it was like, winner!
Unbelievable.
Winning. Oh my God. But the backstory to that is I literally used to work with Adam and Eve with their party branch and with their educational branch. So yeah, that's the background there. But yeah, that was funny. But getting back to
Muggles,
the discipline and away from the muggles, in the past couple of weeks, of course it happened over the holiday season because it's like my least favorite season of the year, because when I was back home, I stressed more about these holidays than any of the other holidays all put together. So the Thanksgiving and the Christmas, because that's when all the, the birth of better than yous and the sanctimony and the prejudice and the judgmental nature of the entire family comes out to play. And it's, you get to see it. They have to be more righteous at that time, and they have to be more I don't know, Debbie Do-Gooder. No offense to Debbie.
So they're feeling the Christmas spirit.
Yeah, you bet. They need to be feeling some other spirit. Only if I could have gotten them to drink would they have been felt, oh God. Yeah. But no, so that's like literally my least favorite time of the year, even though the ones I do miss have passed on. That's Mom and Dad. And I do miss spending time with them, and I miss, sitting around the table after and watching Mom roll her eyes. These things that were sad, that was great. And then Daddy was like, oh my God, I am so out of it. Daddy was such a pacifist. And he would just shrink back into the living room and put the dog in his lap, and he wouldn't say anything. He'd just sit there and smile.
But, talking with them was like having a conversation with grown folks.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Yes.
They're not boomers. You know, and boy, can you tell.
They were silent generation.
It's like they all left, and even though we were 2-3 generations behind them, we could have a heart-to-heart conversation.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a normal, like, oh, God, do you believe those people?
Yes. Yeah, I know.
And we're the babies, babies of the family, but there's just something about, and no offense to the few good boomers, and there are a few good boomers.
Yes.
we did get some poets and musicians and some thinkers, but
a couple of philosophers in the mix.
Unfortunately, that generation there's very few that I've ever encountered. And people like your parents were of the previous generations, the ones that made it easy for them.
Yeah. And they really came up hard. They really did.
They knew hardship, and so I think there was a respect there, for what they came through and how they ended up on the other side of it, where they didn't have, easy to get Pell Grants and easy to get houses and easy to get jobs and housing,
or easy to get food.
Yeah, I mean,
they were without.
They were poor then too, but the deck wasn't stacked so against them like it is now for our kids and our kids' kids.
Yeah.
And
it's disgusting.
And us, and I don't know. I miss those conversations too, because it was like, adult conversation.
I think I just really miss the after party conversations. When all the the ones that were, how do I put it, pandering for Christ were gone home with all their munchkins and all their noise.
And really, it was all theater anyway.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
Deep down, they didn't even believe what they believed.
No, they'd never even read the book, honey. They listened to the preacher.
They spewed out a few talking points and, cherry picked some verses that sounded like they were Bertha better than you. And
yep. Yeah. They hated me for Matthew 6:6. I couldn't wait to trot that out every year.
It's just that whole generation is just, with the exception of a few. And again, look, don't get offended. We know you aren't that.
Yeah.
But they're the vast majority of that generation is got this. I don't even know what kind of attitude, but living under their thumb and under their boot on my neck my whole working life, it was hell.
Yeah, I'm just about fed up.
And we're looking at the byproducts of it now.
Yeah.
And I miss that silent generation.
I do too. The strength of them is incredible.
Well, the way that they thought things through.
Yeah.
Right from wrong.
Which used to freaking frustrate you.
But
because they think about it first.
Because they lived, during those times of brutality like we're now experiencing.
Yeah, don't you dare speak out. And
I think their only cautionary tale for us was they were afraid, because outspoken nature, you have a tendency to get some enemies, and they didn't want that for you either. But
they had to assimilate a lot just to survive. They really did.
Yeah.
And I think I was just missing that, so I decided to reach out to a family member and go, well, how you holding up without him this Christmas Eve, and whoo, I came away really, really hurt. Let's put it that way. So those of you who have addicts in your family, you know how that conversation can go. And when you add mental illness and schizophrenia to that conversation, you get treated like the enemy, because when they feel like they're a targeted individual, and they tell you they're a targeted individual, and no matter how many times you tell them, you're just like me, you're a peon, you're a meaningless nobody. A targeted individual is somebody who has some sort of influence or something that they can lend to the administration, so they target them and they mess with their mind and they use them like a tool. You are literally nobody. But you can't tell them. You can't love them out of it. You can't wait it out, because you immediately become the target of that individual too, because you must be with them, the ones who are stalking me, who are torturing me, who are trying to kill me. You must be that person, and then you become a monster. And all you've ever done your entire life, your entire adult life, was try to love that person. Mm-hmm. And try to be there for that person. And you might have, like me, been the only one that they didn't cut the cord so deeply that you still cared enough to reach out when you didn't hear from them for months and see how they were doing, and reach out and go, there's always a place here for you if you need it. You just got to dry out. You can't be on drugs because you have episodes. And I think this last conversation, the more I've thought about it, being in full schizophrenic, episode, that it was thought that I was trying to manipulate, that I was at fault, that maybe I had engineered the whole thing. And I got to tell you that even though I know it's mental health, and it's not really the person, and it's that mental side of their brain, that schizophrenic side of their brain that is defending itself, literally defending itself when there are no enemies present, to the point that you're in danger. And I mean, you look at what had just happened to Rob and his wife.
Rob Reiner.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, that terrified me, because I recognized it. I recognized that kind of schizophrenia that says, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to burn your house down. And they had been through it with this kid for, God, I don't even know how many years. Probably 20, 30 years with him, yep. With money to treat, with money to send him away to fantastic facilities and rehabs. And none of that worked, because the person has got to see themselves as mentally ill, as schizophrenic. And they don't. They think that we and the entire establishment are just telling them that because we want to control them. That's the thought process of a schizophrenic at that point, is that anybody who doesn't realize how elevated and how enlightened they are and how wise they are and how much so much more they can see than us, and how tapped in they are and how important they are, is out to get them.
Well, it's a deep-rooted narcissism.
It
too,
is.
And then it's just a sandwich of misery, because you have someone with a mental illness like schizophrenia, and then that person becomes an addict to mind-altering drugs, and on top of that, they're a malignant narcissist. And so all three of those factors just create a monster, and nothing can stop an addict. And it's speaking as a former addict.
Absolutely.
Nothing can stop the addiction but the addict themselves.
Yeah.
If they don't decide that I'm not going to be an addict anymore, and they don't make that change on their own in private, not for theater, not for show, but they decide, I don't want to be like this anymore, and they don't take the steps to fix it themselves in a conscious effort, not just a half-assed bullshit. You recognize that in yourself and you go, I don't want to be this anymore. Until they do that, nothing's going to change.
No, I know.
Because a lot of times these people are smart enough and wily enough to manipulate people that are trying to help them into thinking that, okay, what you're doing is great. Yeah. And
it's happened to me in times to me.
Walk out the door and go right back to being an absolute piece of shit.
How many times have I said they say better? They sound better.
It's one thing for, the mental illness, and people will say, well, you can't help that, and that's true. But in those moments of clarity, I think it's your responsibility to seek help for yourself.
Yes.
You have to decide that I don't want to be this anymore. No one can do it for you.
And nobody knows how the switch happens either.
And I think that's why
happens.
I have the utmost respect for the people that are in recovery.
Yeah.
Or have, they've beaten that monkey off their back. And they may have likely have done some foul things in the past. I mean, that kind of goes with the territory. You burn every bridge you have. And,
you'll do anything for the fix. Yeah, absolutely anything.
Then, the narcissistic side of our personalities comes out in denial and say, I don't have a problem. I'm fine.
Yeah.
And,
I did that.
Where you have, now you have no one to answer the phone when you call.
Mm-hmm.
And, people see you and go the other way.
How alone do you have to be before you come to your senses?
No one wants to put up with that crap, and because everybody is under so much stress right now, especially now, with all the madness going on in this country and in the world, they don't have the bandwidth to deal with someone who can't take responsibility for their own actions. So, it's hard, and you love the person, but you hate the addiction. And you hate the monster that it makes them.
I think you hit on something there. I think because they know how much I love them and how I would have taken a bullet for them many, many times.
Oh, yeah.
That they can keep abusing and keep the name calling and the hatefulness and it was absolutely vile. That's all I can say about this time. That it was absolutely vile, that it was right down to, character judgments on me and anybody else that had tried to help her.
Yeah.
And I just broke.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, I think I'm finally done trying. I don't know what else to do. There's this place where you could call the cops, but where she's at, the likelihood that it would get her killed, is way too high a chance for me to take. And I already live with, regret and pain from what we've been through the last 16 years. Yeah, 16 years. I can't. I don't think I could live with that. Yeah.
And there's no real point in effort if the person isn't making an effort themselves. If they're not going to try to fix it, if they're just going to continue, then everything you do is just washes up on the shore. It doesn't stick. It doesn't do anything. Because again, the responsibility is the person who has the issue. And first responsibility is recognizing that you have a problem.
And that's the problem, because it's hereditary on both sides of the family there.
Right, but there's still moments of clarity.
Yeah.
There's still moments of clarity where you can go, and the urge to apologize, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Once you hear that 200-300 times.
Yeah. It wears kind of thin, doesn't it?
It doesn't have any meaning at all. And really doesn't have any meaning to them either.
No.
Because they fully intend on...
It's perfunctory. It
getting
literally
the next
is.
fix. And, when you get into close to middle age and you're still making the mistakes that 20-somethings, teenagers do.
Yeah.
You got a problem.
Yeah.
And no one can fix it but you.
And I realized that I'm toxic in this situation too, because every time I reach out, it turns into that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't help because it's going to get mirrored back. It's not going to get...
It's the Virgo in you.
It's not going to be heard. Yeah.
You have to fucking help everyone.
Yeah. I hate that about me. Maybe this year that ends. I don't know. I don't think that'll ever end. I think that's just who I am, because I want to see people be happy. I want to see them be healed. I want to see them. I want to see them go on and do the same thing and heal somebody else and and pass it on down. Nothing makes you prouder than somebody who teaches these arts than to see somebody actually apply it. Nothing makes you feel better, and maybe that's vanity. I don't know. I just love seeing that.
Well, we have several friends in recovery.
Yeah.
And I tell them as much as I can how amazing they are.
Yeah.
Because I know what that feels like to break a chemical dependency.
Absolutely.
It's not a habit where, you do things a certain way. No, it's chemical ingrained in your system, and to defeat that is monumental.
Well, it literally changes the way your brain is wired, and you don't even realize that's happening.
Yeah.
So your brain is firing completely differently on the drug than it does when under normal circumstances. And the drug engineers you to think that you can't make it without it, because when you try to make it without it, there's pain, and you're so tired you can't function, you can't think. There's brain fog, everything hurts, you feel like you're dying.
Yeah, muscles going crazy.
It's insane how much. And then these doctors that prescribe this crap to people. And you didn't ease them into it or out of it.
No,
you just cut them off.
They don't give a shit about patients.
Yeah, not at all.
It's about selling drugs, pushing drugs, and getting paid by the pharma companies.
I won't say that about all of them. Some of them aren't. Yeah. I mean, some of them.
No, I'm not saying all doctors. I'm saying the doctors that push these
the drugs. Yeah.
So-called medicines that maybe it helps somebody, but it sure doesn't help the people that I've noticed. It makes them horrible, nasty people.
Like the one here that just got arrested. May he never find peace.
Yeah.
For the hell that he put those families through.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where this all started. It started with Adderall.
Yeah.
And there's been the attempt to convince rather than convey that it's needed. It's not needed at first. It was for ADHD, which the person didn't have. Then it was for spinal fluid problems that the person, got treatments for. And then now suddenly it's for low blood pressure. Well, I'm one of those HEADS patients with low blood pressure. There are other stimulants that perform much better than that. Yeah.
It's a cop-out.
It's I need the meth excuse. That's in the drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fires that you're leaving behind that used to be friendships and relations, and then the company that you choose to keep now is
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, I went through this with both my half-sisters, too. So, I mean, both of them had multiple sclerosis, legitimately diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and one became addicted to painkillers to the point that I saw her pop 13 Valiums at once.
Oh, yeah.
And then 5 minutes, 10 minutes later, she couldn't remember if she took her pills. She popped another handful.
Yeah, that's how they end up dead.
And that is what happened.
Yes.
That is what happened. And her MS was not in as advanced stages in the beginning, but I think, and the doctors kind of seem to say that because of the drug abuse, it weakened her system so much that the MS, which was really not prominent, became that way. Yeah. Like it took over her entire nervous system.
It's inescapable damage. Yeah.
And eventually she died.
Yeah.
And she was young. And my other sister.
And she had once been so beautiful too.
My other sister is also had MS, and she didn't have a drug problem. She had a woe is me. Feel sorry for yourself. Never do anything in your life than just be a trad wife and sit around and complain and whine, and didn't really do much. But
is that the one that was married to the one you're called? Your dad called the Right Reverend?
Yeah, the Right Reverend. He was, never held a real job. He got fired from church after church after church, and
one wonders why about that too.
He was a disc jockey for a Christian radio station. I guess you can call that a real job, I guess.
Oh yay!
But so I've been around that, and then had friends with addiction problems, and then I had an addiction problem after my parents died, and just one day you decide that this is not going to be my life anymore. This fucking little pill is not going to control me. I'm done. And yeah, it's fucking hard and it sucks. And if you don't have any support system or friends, it's really hard, but you can still do it. And I've noticed that even as far as practitioners go, some of the strongest ones have been the people that are in recovery.
Absolutely.
Because their will is like iron.
Yes.
When they say that they're going to do something, they're going to do something.
It's done.
It's not,
maybe tomorrow. Yeah.
That part doesn't exist.
No.
And then if they're not going to do something, they will just flat out fucking tell you, no, I'm not. I don't have time. Oh, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I fucking respect,
Oh, yeah.
that they're some of the strongest people I know.
And I said it's all born. This higher thinking individual that is more disciplined and, more driven is usually born out of adversity.
Oh,
usually where it hails from.
Yeah. If you're not a broken toy, I don't want to hear you.
Yeah.
You need to get some dirt on your knees, skin them elbows up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the people that have had their ass kicked by life that actually have something worth listening to.
Some of the brightest lights I've ever met.
I mean, we're watching an entire government of people that have never suffered a day in their life.
They need an ass kicking.
And you see, the words they use, their demeanors, the way that they carry themselves, the things that they're doing to the innocent without a care in the world, because they've never suffered. Never suffered.
No.
They've never been subject to anything. They've been wealthy. They've never wanted for anything. They've never wondered where their next meal is going to come from. And so this is the result. This is what you have. This just fucking disgusting. And they're all addicts too.
Yes, absolutely.
Fucking Musk blinking around like he's. I've
never seen him not stimming. Not in the last 5 years.
And that's an addict. That's what an addict is.
And he used to be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have some respect for that guy.
Yeah.
And now that's gone. Get the hell out of the gene pool. Literally. You want to talk about eugenics? Those people need eugenics in their life. It's like there's a disgusting group. And I feel bad saying that because the family of Stephen Miller is such a kind and decent family. And Pam Bondi's family is just aghast at what a vile person she's turned into.
Yeah, they're operating as if this is forever.
Yeah.
And anyone with a half a brain cell knows that nothing is forever.
No.
And that one day this will be over and you will have to answer for all of these things.
Absolutely.
Because there can be no kumbaya.
No. There better not be.
And justice for all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it needs to be hard. It needs to be hard.
It needs to be swift.
And half the reason we're in this position is we didn't punish the Confederacy hard enough.
No, not at all.
Lincoln gave him a break.
Yeah.
Or he got shot before
that whole
he could
brother
do
against brother speech.
Yeah.
You were no longer brother to these men.
No, you're traitors, man.
Yeah.
You're all traitors.
And here's the thing that blows my mind is that the decent people out there, the Christian people that'll fall for it, that are, if you get down in the mud and you simply talk to these people, they're decent, hardworking people.
The pagan people that fall for it too.
I know. But if you listen to them and they think because they parrot these things like the Jesus speech that they parrot, that they trot out there to, perk up the ears of those people who they think are their base. The one thing you've all forgotten is the thing that Jesus said. What you do unto the least of my brothers, you do unto me also. And that has a very much deeper metaphysical meaning than people have ever related to most of these church-going folks. It means that we're all one.
Yeah.
We all stem from the same cell. We're all one people. So when you do it to somebody else, it has a ripple effect and a causation that hurts others, that hurts all the others. You can't recover from that. You look at Germany still, after all these years, having to fight this tide and still not recovered from it and still feel the pain and the embarrassment of it if they're German by virtue of birth. And there's still this pall that hangs over the whole of the country. and they have yet to escape it. And that ended in, what, 43, 44?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's still there, and it's still part of the genetic memory. So what you do unto the least of my brothers, you do unto me also, has a far-reaching genetic effect, because we're all freaking related. You need to wake up.
I don't see how you can be that way.
Yeah.
And think that that's okay.
Yeah, I don't either. It doesn't sit with me at all.
There's something broken in
Yeah.
them. And you could say, oh, okay, maybe a few of these people are broken, but there's thousands of them.
They're malignant.
And I know people are lazy inherently.
Yeah.
And they don't have the impetus to actually become learned and much. I'm speaking with the general populace.
Well, they're tired, too, when you think about it.
And they are tired, and they're overworked, and they're distracted by sports and all the other bullshit they dangle in front of us that we're supposed to care about. Mm-hmm. And it just boggles my mind how so many people can be led down that road where they see another human as less than them.
Yes.
Like they're less than human.
Yes.
And then behave accordingly.
Yeah.
Treat them. What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I mean, it takes so much energy to hate.
Yeah.
It boggles my mind.
And they trot out the white European nomenclature. And I'm like, you do know that most of Europe was black before it was white. I mean, let's look at the
fucking Africa.
Yes, absolutely. Let's look at the anthropology. Country. Well, it's mitochondrial Eve. We all come from one common ancestor.
And I look alike. Okay, I understand a lot of this was engineered.
Yeah, it was.
By the ruling class to keep us fighting each other instead of looking at them picking our pockets.
Yeah.
I get that. But with all that has happened this year, it used to be they had some panache, some flair in hiding their evil.
Yeah.
They would polish that turd so that it looked, oh, yeah, God and country, hell
it
yeah.
It smelled nice for a minute.
But they're just like dropping trowel and doing it in front of everybody and fucking everybody over. And these people, there's still people that are like cheering it on.
Yeah.
What is
wrong with you?
I'm just,
And I think it's just internet troll.
A lot of it's bots and a lot of it's bullshit. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, and the kid, that used to be in the video game that would teabag you when you died.
Yeah.
It's that because it's fun for them.
Yeah.
When it's no longer fun is when somebody doxes you.
Or teabagged your ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The vice versa, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or clam dip, as the case may be.
Clam dip. I love doing that. Yeah. To the little jackass that just teabagged me. Yes, I do.
It's just cruelty is a sport.
Yeah.
Is a way of life.
Yeah.
They just wake up, open their eyes, and decide to continue to be cruel.
But here's the problem with me. The ones that still believe that he's doing something good.
Yeah.
They literally, I've talked to them. You've talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
They literally believe with all their hearts because of all the propaganda that's out here.
Yeah.
That's actually what's going on, and that's what he's trying to do. We have one tell us that he was trying to bring it back to its constitutional beginnings, America, back to where it all began, the way it was meant to be by the founders.
Or just white Christian straight men had rights.
In the same words, it's a Christian nation. You better read the Treaty of Tripoli and tell me how you arrived at that assumption, because it's an assumption. Not a fact.
These people didn't exactly ace history class.
No. They were running from Mother England's church.
It's about power.
Yeah.
It's about power, and we've just invaded a sovereign country and kidnapped their leader.
But for John, Dick, and Jane, it's not about power. It's about being propagandized.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I mean, even their propaganda isn't very good.
Obviously, it's good.
Well, obviously, people are fucking stupid.
Obviously, they know how to put subliminal messaging in every single newscast.
But then again,
every single commercial.
Nothing against sports people, okay? But I've never understood it.
I haven't either.
I've never understood it.
It's not
Look,
you.
I can appreciate the athleticism and the skill.
Yes.
I can. I really can.
And the team effort. I get that.
That's great. Maybe if they weren't all a bunch of multimillionaires, it might be a little easier to watch. And if it wasn't, the stadiums were named after corporations and and the money is so thick with it, and we're so inundated with it as this American way of life with sports. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't even matter what sport it is, but especially like football in this area.
Yeah.
In
any area in America.
Growing up,
North America.
Straight white male in the countryside of Michigan.
Yeah.
Rural.
It was expected of you.
It was a religion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can watch that game last night, John? What?
Who?
What? No, I didn't. Oh, man, how could you miss that? Easily.
It really pisses them off when you go, how about them Bills?
I just don't. And look, I get people have different passions, different interests, and some people are really into it, and maybe it helps them relive their high school days or college days. I get it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. And yeah, so-and-so is really good at running with that rubber ball and throwing it through various objects. That's great. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
But recognize it for what it is. It's not a slam on football so much as it is recognize the distraction that it is.
Look over here.
You're glued to your TV set.
Yeah.
3-4 nights a week during the season, especially during playoffs or I don't know what the fuck. But it becomes their whole life. People have tattoos of these sports teams on their body. I'm like,
it blows my mind.
Why? And they really, really like it. And who am I to say that's wrong? It's not, I guess. But the problem is, my point is, it's a distraction.
Oh, yeah.
And the people that go, I'm not really into politics.
Politics is into you, boo.
Well, that's cool. Politics is into your job. Politics is into your light bills.
Yeah.
Politics is into your taxes.
It's into who you have
Politics
sex with.
is into absolutely fucking everything
Where you
about
have
you.
Sex.
But you say, I'm not into politics, so therefore I'm going to stick my head in the fucking hole in the sand and not pay any attention. What's good? That's exactly what they want you to do.
Politics is into whether you can have a no-fault divorce now in several states in our union. So they're in your bedroom, folks. They're in your bedroom telling you got to stay married to that bitch or bastard you can't stand. Yeah.
A motherfucking doctor that I had to go in because they wouldn't listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, first of all, me, who am I? I don't have a uterus or fallopian tubes. My opinion doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
But here I am because of your bullshit.
I was so proud of him. He lost his shit. Ugh.
I'm like, this is the most antiquated, medieval bullshit in the world.
My nurse is standing around the corner from you, clapping her hands.
Nobody, no man has the right to tell a woman what to do with their body.
No.
Period. That's it.
That's enough of that bullshit.
That's it. There's no argument.
They don't get here without coming through our birth canal first. They need to remember that. We bought you in this motherfucker. We can take you out.
I mean, the level of entitlement.
Oh, my God. Ladies,
and it's that
buy stock in Wolfsbane.
And again, with the distraction, it's that fucking religion.
Yes, it is.
Is the distraction. Recognize these things for what they are. They are not there to uplift your soul. They are there to capture your attention.
But you heard the guy say he got 1700s copy of the King James Version, and he lost his religion. These people have not, in defense of them, read the actual Bible. None of them have. They've read the version that's been crafted by rulers and kings and despots the world across to support their leadership and their role in that country.
A complete idiot's guide to dominating society.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Much.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Now read the 48 Laws of Power instead of that book and get back to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
People will say, I'll see them get mad because the news cycle changes away from the Epstein files, and they'll post, but the Epstein files. That same person will go to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
Same person will watch a football game. That same person is not paying any fucking attention to the shit going on in their own town. Yeah, we all want to see the Epstein files released. Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. They are distracting by changing the news cycle. But pay attention to all the other shit in your life.
I want that administration brought up on charges for the death of Jamal Khashoggi.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. You know, and he was literally writing about the president's son-in-law and his influence in Saudi and Israel.
Understand their fear.
Yeah.
Their fear is that the distraction stops working.
Yeah.
Their fear is that we all start to look around.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We're all still got a roof over our head, some of us, right?
Yeah.
And so we all kind of just sit here.
And look the other way.
Because we know...
Like, please don't look
it's like the first person to stand forward. Nobody wants to be that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if I stand forward, fuck you, man.
Yeah.
And me and my friends, and your friends are just
I'll take 3 steps back.
They're like Congress. They're just sitting there with their hands on each other's dicks.
He's in this by himself, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know this motherfucker. It's crazy. Yeah. I get him.
Well, that happened to me and Linda.
Yeah.
The doctor with the hammer over his head coming at my sister. But
this motherfucker's pushing the envelope so much that the comfort that's all they got left.
Yeah.
There's no social contract anymore. They've destroyed that. And this country, even when we get rid of this avarice, it's not going to go back to being the same. It can't.
No.
It cannot.
It has to evolve.
We can't have that same old corruption, that we had before that led to this. And the cowardice that we're seeing now.
Yeah.
The cowardice of Congress doing nothing, being complicit in it. That can't exist anymore.
Let me ask you to hear what I'm about to say to you. If a species doesn't evolve, what happens to it, John?
It fucking dies.
It goes extinct. We are no different than any other species that's ever walked this planet before. And we are not fucking evolving.
No, we're not.
We're not.
We're not. We're stuck. And we often say to each other, in if it wasn't for mainstream religion, think how much more advanced we would be.
Oh, my God.
Because every time we start to get advanced...
We'd be driving flying cars
that's of the devil.
Yeah, yeah.
And some medieval thinking dumb fuck throws a kibosh in it because they're a senator and they have the power to do it. And we lose science funding and we lose advancement. Yeah. And we would be... literally light years ahead of where we are now.
The guy who decoded what the Nazis were saying.
Mm-hmm.
Look what they did to him because he was gay.
Yep.
Copernicus.
Yep.
Look what they did to him.
You're talking about, was it Turing?
Alan Turing. Yeah. And he, Copernicus had disagreed with them about how the solar system worked.
Yeah, because they were going to lose power and control.
Yeah, look what happened.
You threatened the power structure. We should welcome threats to the power structure.
Yeah.
It should be like science. It should be please.
Disprove my theory. Yes, please.
But you better bring your notes.
Yeah.
And you better be able to back up your assertions with evidence.
You better have the math. That's exactly
actual
right.
Evidence, not supposition.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how we advance. That's how we grow, is we question, we challenge, and we grow from it.
And if you want to see a country that's done that, since they came out of the Dark Ages a couple of decades ago, look no further than China. We used to have some of the worst human rights violations on record. And now look at them. They've got less than 1% homelessness. Their elderly grow old and die in the home they bought without having to pay taxes at the end of life.
Yep.
Yeah, their people are all fed.
And I'm sure there's a lot of problems too that,
I'm
that
sure.
we don't know
there
about.
Always is.
But to your point,
mass transit.
Yeah, because they don't have those religions and religious organizations.
And they, in fact, persecuted people that practice that religion. I have to admit that.
That are tax-free. Tax-free.
Yeah, tax-free. Yeah.
And get to make it up as they go along. Yep. And they're protected.
Yep.
And Meanwhile, we have the federal government coming out with an anti-Christian core.
Yeah.
Nobody's anti-Christian.
No.
I have no problem with Christians.
We're anti-tyranny.
Anti-tyranny.
Yeah.
Anti-controlling other people to your values. That's what I'm anti.
Yeah. How is it that we are still so insufferably insecure in this country? After soon to be 250 years as a country, we're still so sexually stunted, so morally backward, that what somebody else does in the confines of their own marriage, their own partnership, affects us in any way, shape, or form. It has negative effect on you personally, but somehow you're so overstimulated by it. You might want to take a look at that. Psychology would indicate that you have certain proclivities that you've not yet exposed yourself to, and that's why they hurt your little insignificant self so bad. They hurt you to the core because you too have felt those feelings.
And money is the all-corrupting value here. That's a common denominator in just about every single problem that we're having to go through.
Oh yeah,
money. Those that have it and those that don't, and money does not equal good people.
No.
I wanted to comment on that. I was moved a few weeks ago in Aldi's. Was moved again a few weeks later.
Yes, they're amazing.
And it's everybody in that store, whether they were or they weren't, gave the impression that they were struggling.
Yeah.
That we were all worried about having enough money to put food on the table for the week. And every single person was kind to each other. Like old school kind. Like not for theatrics, not for show, just genuinely kind to each other.
And decent.
And, it was like, no, you go ahead. Oh, no, sorry, excuse me. Oh, hey, how are you? Normal everyday shit. But it's so fucking rare when you turn your TV on and it's just this evil motherfucker locking up poor people, brown people, whatever people he can get.
Threatening sovereign nations.
And with that smug ass fucking look on his face. And I go into Aldi's where the people that are being oppressed are.
Yeah.
And they're kind to each other.
Yeah.
Decent. And it gave me so much fucking hope.
Yeah, oh my God.
Because you go through fits of depression and anxiety and down, just cycles of down, dealing with the timeline that we're in. But that 15, 20 minutes changed my whole fucking day.
Yeah.
And I too was kind.
Yeah.
Because it's normal. That's how my parents raised me, was to be decent to people. Until otherwise, right?
Yeah.
And to see it reciprocated by absolutely everybody in that store, from the cashiers to the older folks, even the boomers, kind to each other, decent. And there was no religious undertone. It was just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And it was small town America. And we've seen that time and time again since we've been in Archbald.
God, I love you guys.
The decency and the kindness and the supportive nature of working people.
Yes.
And it gives me so much fucking hope.
And all we got to do is come together and ice them out, literally.
And to know, and I think sometimes we all need to know that we're not alone.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you feel like you are.
Yeah.
You feel like you're surrounded, like you're inundated with these evil motherfuckers everywhere. Every time you turn on the TV.
And then you go home and isolate and turn on that TV. And it makes it even worse.
Or you doom scroll, or you do both at the same time, and you drive yourself into darkness, But that 15, 20 minutes of kindness, the days that we spend in Archbald, and the people are absolutely the sweetest, most decent, kindest people.
Yeah.
Even the ones that are not into what we're selling.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They're still decent.
Yeah.
And they're still kind.
Yeah.
And
they'll go out instead of stomping out, and they'll say, "Thank you, guys," and we'll go, "Thank you for coming," and they go, they turn around and wave.
It's just the decency, and I'm holding on to that with both hands right now.
Yeah, yeah, you have to. It's the funniest thing about all of this has been that realization that there are still whole communities of people out there who just want to see each other win. They just want to see each other having their best life with their families and their loved ones. They just want to see love and joy. They don't want to see all this crap. And so there's a lot of them that, aren't aware of what's going on out here. But they don't berate each other for it.
No.
And I want you to remember, when you're watching the television and you're watching the news cycle, those are parrots. They've been trained to speak. And they are repeating. And if you want to know if I'm telling you the truth, go on YouTube, download every episode, and look at the hour and minute markers, and go and see if what I'm saying is true. They're going to say the same thing at the 5, the same thing at the 10, and the same thing at the 15 as the last one before, and the last one before that one, and the last one before that one said. They're just parrots. Please don't take it personally. And please don't take a damn thing they say to heart, because they've been paid to say it.
They're steering the populace.
Yes.
Steering the narrative.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. That's the propaganda. And that's how strong it is that these people, in fear or in concert, I'm not sure how much of which occurs, whether they're doing it out of fear of losing their station, losing their positions, having to figure out how to feed their families without that huge salary they make on those TV shows, or if they're actually in concert with this administration because they're just as evil as they are. I'm not sure which is which. I can't tell. Some of them you think you see a glimmer of it, but I've reminded myself every time I turn it on, I am here to watch the weather.
Yep.
And even that's not really great. I mean, they're not very good at it. I know it's a whole nother story for a whole nother episode, but yeah, even that I realize is parroted, because they've been told, and the only one I've found telling the truth recently has been Joe, that they've been told to scare you.
Yeah.
They want to shock and awe you and scare you.
Well, it keeps you tuning in, so you're there for their advertisers.
Yeah.
There's always an ulterior motive.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's sad about this world, is there's always an ulterior motive. And then I caught myself being really jaded after the last 3 years at Layton, looking at everybody like, what's your ulterior motive?
Yeah. Well, we went through so much of it.
Yeah.
People want to use you for their own advancement. There's an article on there, the web the other day. Another small business owner was like, the amount of people and organizations that come in with their handout, and they've never once spent a dime to support the store. But yet, when little Johnny or little Janie has a cause, then they come trotting out. Would you donate a gift card or blah blah blah? And they've never once been in your store. This is how we make our livelihood.
Yeah.
This is literally how we eat.
Yes.
There's no other income.
There's not one of us in corporate anymore.
And it's just the audacity of it. And it's, I get most people don't think like that. They don't think like owners. And I probably didn't used to either.
Yeah.
I used to have an employee mindset, the ones that think HR is on their side.
Yeah.
HR is not on your side.
And then the other ones who are like, fuck the man. I'm just here to collect the paycheck. And
I reported my boss to HR.
Yeah, good job. You just told on yourself.
You reported the company to the company. Congratulations.
They are literally there as the first line of defense before legal is called.
They don't give a shit. Yeah. Their job is to shut you down.
Yeah.
That's what their job is.
Make them go away. Make them think they're happy and make them go away.
the level of naivete.
Yeah.
Into thinking that they're on your... No.
Yeah, no.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. And neither are the politicians, folks.
No.
That's a whole ass shell game, and I'm so disappointed in both sides of the aisle that I don't ever want to see this two-party system ever again. When this is all over and all done with, that needs to go the way of, the dinosaurs.
The whole country of Mom Donnie's would make me very happy.
Yes.
You see his first day in office?
I did.
The 5 things he did
when cheering.
Nullified Eric Adams, everything he did since he was,
Then went after Pinnacle. Yeah.
Went after the evil landlords that have been getting away with shit for years and years and years.
He even toured the properties himself.
Yeah, he went and like looking at the person's torn up floor and shit. I'm like, time will tell if it's performative or not. But I'm right now, until proven otherwise. Yeah, that's what we need.
I was so shocked.
We need that
he won.
Yeah.
Because I was like, there's no way in this day and age with all this hatred and vitriol and ugliness
they did everything they
that
could.
a Muslim democratic socialist is going to win. He's got 2 strikes against him. Number 1, he's a Muslim. Number 2, he's a democratic socialist. He's not going to win.
Yeah.
He won.
Yeah.
Bless him.
And like most Muslims that I know, he's fucking brilliant.
He is. I don't think I've ever met one I didn't like.
Oh my God. One of my best friends from the old company, he was like senior something of IT. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So disciplined too. It's so old world.
We would have the best conversations.
Yeah.
And he knew I was pagan. I knew he was Muslim. And we had some of the most intelligent, best conversations. And I came away with such respect for him.
Yeah.
And still talk to him. Been away from that place for years. Still talk to him.
Amazing person.
And he's not at all like all by himself in that. Like all of the contacts that I've had have been like that, you know. And it's why it's so important to not put yourself in a bubble and only talk to people that are just like you.
Yeah.
Or only believe what you believe.
Yeah.
You paint yourself into a corner.
I love hearing from people from different places and different practices. I love that.
Yeah. Don't try to push it and convert me.
Yeah.
But we can absolutely learn from each other. Absolutely.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We've had some great conversations with people from all different walks of life in there. We've had Africans that are African practitioners. They're incredible.
Yeah.
Some of the most loving people I've ever met.
Yeah.
And we've had Haitians, and we've had a lady, fully covered head to foot Muslim from a Muslim country. I don't know if that's a burqa. I don't know what the right name for the habit was, but she was so sweet. We talked for 2.5 hours.
Awesome.
I just adored her, and she clued me into it means more to her than it does to him, because her body is for Allah, and it's not to be visited upon by the eyes of mankind, because that's between her and him, and her chosen by him. And I was like, that makes perfect sense to me, because our grandmothers used to cover their heads.
I'm surprised you didn't ask her if it had pockets.
For the same reason. I do want it to have pockets. I definitely wanted to have pockets. Pants without pockets should be illegal. Yeah. Dresses without pockets should be illegal. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I have to pontificate, you need utility in your dress clothes. You do. That sucks. It's terrible. I got so excited when Nicole made me a sweatshirt with big ass pockets in it. And I was like, oh, I love this.
And a big shout out to our new neighbor, Emily.
Oh my God, Emily, you're amazing.
Spoiling us rotten with her amazing baked goods.
And her amazing soup.
I mean,
girl, that shit is hot, but I love it.
This woman is absolutely spoiling us to death, and along with the rest of you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Lynn and her husband.
Liza.
Yes.
I mean, oh my God.
Zach's Bakehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's so many.
You guys are amazing.
I can't tell you how much that means.
Yeah.
Just something from the heart.
Yeah.
It's so genuine, and it's so appreciated.
Yeah.
And thank you. Thank you for thinking of us like that. And, and times are hard. Times are tough.
Yeah.
And we just saw one of our really good friends, really good people, both he and his wife. High Times closed up last week before last.
Just before that, we lost our butcher shop.
And they've been here for 100 years.
Yeah.
So times are tough for everybody. Small business is no exception, and you can do everything right. You can devote yourself and work your ass off, and it still might not work out.
Yeah.
And
when it's your only avenue for income and your only revenue stream, it's terrifying.
You fight with everything you can, and you do everything you can to be the best at what you do.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Emily was like, "You guys get here early." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
We're there 2.5, 3 hours early every day.
Yeah. We have to backfill herbs,
it's
and
a
I have
lot to do.
blend teas, and we have to clean and bless and set up. And,
I find myself wondering, like I went to the dentist the other day and he was like 5 minutes late and there was like nobody at the office. And I'm like, how do you guys do that?
How do you get to work after? Yeah.
And I am one of those old men that I need to be up for like 2-3 hours in the morning. I got to have my coffee.
Yes.
I got to put the weather on. I got to, get stirring slowly for my day.
Yeah.
I can't just get up, throw pants on, go to work. I can't.
No, I can't either. And please don't talk to me yet. I just want to drink my coffee.
I'm not wired like that.
Yeah.
I'm not wired like I need some quiet.
Yeah.
The quiet. The house is still quiet. I got my hot coffee. The news is on low.
Yeah, you can't even hear it. He's just watching the scroll on the screen.
Most of the lights are off in the house still. And, it's just a slow wake up.
Yeah.
And then going to work, we need a couple hours. So we're not feeling rushed and we got some time and we can kind of at the end of it and then greet you with a smile when the door ding dongs.
Yeah.
And that's all part of it. But, you have to be devoted to it.
Yeah.
And, even with that, I've seen people not make it.
Yeah.
And it's terrifying.
No matter how hard they work.
You do the best you can to do the best, be right by people and do people right, give the best price for what you can and be fair and be decent and above board, and that's all you can do. Right? You just keep putting in the best effort. And I gotta say, the move, though, I was really thrown for a loop at the move because we were not budgeted for it and we were not expecting it, and it felt like a fucking betrayal.
Yeah, it really did. It cost us $10,000 thanks.
It really felt like a betrayal of trust.
And we did not have it.
Because the relationship for the first 2 years was great, and then after the election, the mood changed.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, it was even hard for me to get excited about the new place.
Yeah.
Because I was still so angry and hurt over what had happened.
Yeah.
And I'm now seeing that it was a blessing in disguise.
It absolutely was.
And we would have never known what we have now.
Yeah.
If it weren't for the greed of an individual.
Yeah.
And it was greed.
It was.
But that's one instance where the greed worked in our favor instead of, it hurt us temporarily.
Yeah.
But it's been an absolute joy to meet everyone and to get to know the people in Archbald and in the valley.
Yeah.
The valley in general. All
Such
the surrounding
amazing
boroughs.
People. Oh my God.
Not just Archbald, all the surrounding boroughs. And the other small business owners and the way that they are.
Yeah.
Comparative to what we used to have.
Yeah.
And so supportive and so decent and
so very what you think about when you think about small town America.
Yeah.
It was like walking into Pleasantville
but not naive like Pleasantville.
No.
Decent people.
Yeah.
Like just being decent because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
That's all.
We bemoan the loss of that a lot in social media, the small town America. I want to tell you firsthand, it's not dead.
Not at all.
Move to one and become a part of the community and actually be in that community and dwell with them day to day and love them and let them love on you and open your doors to them and vice versa. And you'll see it's not dead. It's ours to take back and it's ours to keep alive. And I think we need to do that. We need to kick corporate to the curb. They did that in Archbald, and it's blossomed into this beautiful little lovely place where people actually care about one another.
Well, even down
you don't
Main
get
Street,
that in corporate America.
Blakely and Peckville,
Yes.
those areas, like they really support their small businesses.
They do.
And we had the lady from Olden Brew in the other day. She's amazing.
Absolutely, and a blast. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. It's given me a glimmer
and there's
of hope.
Lynn and Louise.
Lynn and Louise, oh my God.
The snickerdoodles, the gluten-free snickerdoodles. Oh my God, I know a lot of you are gluten-free.
Oh.
Lynn and Louise, remember it. learn it, go there. It was incredible. Usually when people hand me like gluten-free cookies, I'm like,
no, their stuff.
Yeah.
Their stuff's amazing.
That's going to taste like cardboard.
Yeah.
No, it was freaking fantastic. I mean, had just the perfect, not too much amount of the sandiness that you expect in a snickerdoodle with that melt in the mouth quality. Oh, it was fantastic.
You know, I had forgotten that they were gluten-free.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there eating the snickerdoodle like it's like a regular bakery, a normal, this is fucking amazing. This is great. And you're like, yeah, it's gluten-free too. I'm like, oh my God, it's even better. You know, and
so they're amazing. I mean, amazing. So.
And this is me with no teeth for the last 2 weeks.
Yes, he broke his denture. I super glued it together, y'all, just for vanity purposes.
If there's any more evidence of my broke ass getting by, it's ridiculous what you have to wait for dentures.
Almost 5 weeks now.
You know?
Yeah.
So hang on, I got to take my teeth out to eat.
I don't understand that. With affordable dentures, it's dentures in a day.
Yeah.
So why, when you send them off to some lab as a dentist here, is it 5 weeks? What in the hell is the disconnect there?
It's nuts.
Yeah. And a person that's totally in public all the time.
Yeah.
Even if you're just working in a factory, you're in public all the time.
Yep.
You want them to walk around gumming people? Just, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's been interesting, to say the least. I'm on the no Tifa diet.
Yes, we've been eating a lot of soft foods, but
it sucks.
Yeah. I like my pasta al dente, but not lately.
No. She's been taking one for the team. I told you to eat whatever you want.
I know.
I'll get by.
I just don't want to eat in front of you like that because I know you're going to want it.
No,
I'm
fine.
I can't do that to you. It's like somebody eating in front of you when you're going in for surgery and you're not allowed to eat or drink anything, and the asshole's sitting across from you drinking coffee and eating food.
Go somewhere else. Yeah, don't do that.
Wait till you drop me off and then run to the restaurant. Please. Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
I love Daddy. Love Daddy to death, but he was the world's worst for doing that to Mama during her surgeries. He'd get up and he'd have his coffee and he'd have his eggs and you'd smell his bacon.
And it was just habit.
Yeah.
That's all.
And he'd just sit there and eat, and he was completely oblivious, and I'm just looking at him like, Dad.
But that's kind of, you know, the way the world is right now.
Yeah.
You know, you have other people screaming in the streets, and you have other people.
They're like, what?
What's going on?
Nothing's happening to me. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
why are you so dramatic?
Their time is coming.
Yeah, it is. You're going to be dramatic, too, especially when they start seeing these insurance bills.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting, and some have already started to see it. And I'm terrified for them. Yeah. I'm terrified for 20 million people right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, my God. And I haven't had insurance in, 5 years now?
Yeah, but you're your own pharmacist.
I am. And that does help. Yeah, so it does help. But
so Tay's putting the finishing touches on some around-the-counter glasses.
Yes.
They're going to be free.
Yeah.
So stay tuned to our social media for times and dates. And, you can always come pick her brain, too.
Yes, come bring a notebook, pick my brain, or bring your notes, your notes app on your phone, and I'll walk you through how to do these things. It's not something you got to wait for a class to do, guys.
No.
Yeah, I'll make time for you if I can. Yeah.
So, anyway, love you guys.
Love
I hope you had
bunches.
a good week. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. So we hope you enjoyed this episode of In the Weeds, and we hope you didn't have to pick too much pucker brush off your cloak after visiting with us here. If you liked the episode, please follow, subscribe, and share. And if you're really kind, leave a positive review. Be sure to tune in next week as we publish a new episode weekly. If you're in the area, stop by the store and see us. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.